Welcome back to Miami and welcome to qualifying. Only raw speed will separate these drivers today, but the question is, who's got what it takes to get pole?
All right, give me a quick radio check, please. Radio check.
Radio check.
Here's a quick position rundown for you. The top 5 are... Okay, so the current fastest lap, 1 minute 25.0. Russell, Verstappen, Schumacher, Piastri and Antonelli. Mind that front wing, it's going to need replacing if it takes too much damage. Here are the top 5 cars as things stand. The fastest lap at the moment, 1:25.0. Russell, Verstappen, Schumacher, Piastri and Antonelli.
And that's it for sprint qualifying. Plenty more coming up over the rest of the weekend, so we'll see you all tomorrow. Welcome to today's sprint. This is shaping up to be another fantastic weekend. Sitting at the southeastern coast of Florida, the Miami International Autodrome has 19 corners and 3.36 miles of racing. It's a circuit designed to encourage close racing while meeting the highest safety standards. Either way, I'm sure it's one that will please the fans. Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks for today's sprint. What a qualifying yesterday for George Russell. He'll start today's race from pole position, edging out Max Verstappen, who'll start from P2. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Hamilton, Michael Schumacher, Oscar Piastri and Antonelli, Senna, Ocon, Behrman and Yuki Tsunoda, Colapinto, Gasly, Mika Hakkinen and Villeneuve, Doohan, Soloff, Pepe Marti and Tim Tramnitz, O'Sullivan, Aaron, Maloney and Gabriel Bortoletto rounds off the grid. Which of these drivers will get pole position today? We'll soon find out. And alongside me today is a man who needs no introduction, but I'll try anyway. It's Ant Davidson. Well, they say that a change is as good as...
All right, give me a quick radio check, please. Radio check.
Radio check.
Right, mate, I know it's hot in that cockpit, believe me, but your tyres are even hotter than that. You've got to work really hard today to keep them cool, otherwise we're going to suffer with our performance. Yes, mate, I'll take that. Well done. We're really happy with the podium down here, so well done. Yes.
Still got him.
So that wraps up the sprint race, but there's still more action yet to come this weekend. We've got qualifying and, of course, the Grand Prix. Welcome back to Miami and welcome to qualifying. Only raw speed will separate these drivers today, but the question is, who's got what it takes to get pole?
Okay, radio check, radio check.
Radio check.
Here's a quick position rundown for you. The top 5 are the fastest lap at the moment, 1:25.0. Piastri, Schumacher, Gasly, Tsunoda and Russell. I'm afraid we've dropped to P22. They're in third. Right, their best lap time, 1:25.2. They're in third. Right, their best lap, 1:25.2. Okay, good job, mate. Really, really well done. That was a fantastic drive. Bring it home.
Yes, in there. Let's go, boys. Oh, God. That's so good. Thanks so much for the hard work, guys.
Welcome to the Miami International Autodrome, home of the Miami Grand Prix. This exciting track circumnavigates the Hard Rock Stadium, home to the National Football League outfit, the Miami Dolphins. With great opportunities for wheel-to-wheel battles featuring 19 corners, 3.36 miles long and expected average speeds of 138 miles an hour, the Miami International Autodrome will be sure to create lots of chances to overtake. Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting race. Lewis Hamilton lines up on pole position, and Michael Schumacher completes the front row. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Piastri, Gasly, Yuki Tsunoda, and Russell. Antonelli, Senna, Villeneuve, and Mika Hakkinen. Colapinto, Aaron, Jack Doohan, and Pepe Marti. Ocon, Bortoletto, Nicolas Soloff, and Ollie Behrman. Tramnitz, Verstappen, O'Sullivan, and Zane Maloney rounds off the grid. With preparations almost complete, let's head down to the track. And alongside me today, a man small in stature, but big on comment, Anthony Davidson. Hello. Now, I'll be generous here. It's not that long ago that you were racing and entertaining us on a Sunday. But in the years since, the sport has changed quite a bit, hasn't it?
Yeah, it really has, Crofty. You know, the cars have got bigger, they're heavier, but critically, there's more downforce to play with as well now. There was around 4 tons of downforce on the car at 300 kilometers an hour when I drove. You're now looking more towards 5 tons of downforce. So there's a big difference in performance. But because of that, the car being heavier and bigger, you've got to drive in a smoother way. You've got to look after it a bit more. You've got to nurse it through the slow speed corners more. They were much more nimble, agile machines when I drove in Formula 1 compared to now.
Okay, let's have a comms check, please. Radio check.
Radio check.
Okay, mate, I know it's tough in there. It's hot in that cockpit, but your tyres are even hotter. So you're going to have to work extra hard to keep them cool. It matters for performance. Okay, incredible parking there, nice one. That's going to give you the edge if you can get a good launch as the race starts. Keep an eye on the lights, the start sequence will begin as soon as the grid is formed. Be ready with the clutch. We can now use DRS. DRS now available. You're in first position, front of the pack. Okay, that's Pierre behind. They're on fresh mediums. No tyre concerns at the moment, just focus on the driving. Okay, the pit window's open, so let's box this lap. Box this lap.
Okay, mate, okay.
Okay, the safety car is out. Safety car is out. We need to form up at reduced pace. Keep a close eye on that delta time. Pierre is in for his stop now. Okay, let's go now, come on. That was a fantastic stop, faster than we were expecting. Okay, stay clear of the white line on the exit. We'll receive a penalty for dangerous driving if you cross onto the track. Okay, we're coming up to the safety car now. Do not pass it, you are the leader. Follow the safety car. Pierre is in the pits. You're approaching the safety car, you're leading, so don't pass it. Stay behind the safety car. Okay, the safety car's coming in this lap. We'll be pacing the field in sector 3. Make sure to respect the delta until the safety car's into the pit lane. Green flag. Let's use overtake and burn off some of this energy. Tyre condition still looking good. DRS has been enabled. DRS is now enabled. That was the fastest lap of the race. Keep this up. Well done. You're leading the pack, that's P1. Schumacher behind. Okay, they're on old hard tyres. That was our last stop. No more scheduled pit stops. Let's go. Okay, you've just started the final lap of the race. Final lap. As things stand right now, we'll be fourth in the championship. Absolutely awesome. Just amazing, mate. Well done.
That's more like it, lads.
And Lewis Hamilton takes the checkered flag and once again wins.
A great display of dominance today, Crofty, by this driver. They led from lights out to the flag at the end, led every lap of the race. Brilliant stuff by them, and excited to see what more they can do in future races.
And it's time for that special moment for our special three today. The podium awaits our top three finishers. It's a familiar sight in Formula One, and here it is once again. Lewis Hamilton, with the trophy held high, celebrating a masterful victory. Well, what an end to another fantastic weekend of racing. Thanks to everyone who joined us, and we'll see you for the next one.
Chief, I must remind you that we have parts fully researched that are waiting for development. Let's get that performance on the car.
Hey, me again. Got another question for you.
We have something for you to look at, please. Hey, Chief. We have a part or two ready for development because they've finished research. Let's get that in motion, shall we? Head to engineering for more info.